Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. Y'all already know what
Nail,
it is.
play that shit.
Oh yeah!
Oh man, this man got the background.
You already know, man. Get that money, man. Get that money. Take to the house. Ain't no easy money. Easy money. Well, it should be easy money, but like
Look,
I
knock
said,
on wood, knock on wood.
Look at the rookies we drafted. We got Dean and we got Davis. Two from Florida. It doesn't get better than that shit.
yeah, put that shit up.
As Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first,
You're
you're last.
Exactly.
Second place is at 2.
Definitely gonna make up for it.
Trust me. I need a sports podcast, man. I need it. Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the I Need a Sports podcast. Your host with the most, Bryce, my dog Cam. I know what it is, like clockwork, back with another episode for the week, man. Time to recap those bets. Time to make some more bets. Talk about a few of the hot topics of the league. Bet recaps. My apologies. I had a bad week. It was for all the dogs, and the dogs failed me besides the Jets. Cam was one bad Jordan Love performance away from a sweep, but we're gonna get it back this week, man. Got some stuff lined up already, but I'm gonna let Cam hit it first since he had a better weekend than me. Let us know how your bets went, and then I'll recap on my L's. Got a couple lessons learned. I'm gonna touch on, but I'll let you hit it first, Cam.
Nah, man. Actually, you go positive, man. It's always a good week to go positive. Like I said, it could have been a sweep, but Jordan Love at the end of the day didn't get it done or whatever. Well, I'm gonna start off with my Texans, man. Man, had a chance to win a game at the end. CJ Stroud at the end went down there, got a touchdown at the end, and sure not, here come the Falcons, and our defense was simple. I don't know why defenses do this at the end of games, but you tend to see like defenses play prevent defense like towards the end of the game. Like that's like one of my biggest like pet peeves. Like, no, just stay like aggressive, like, just stay like in like a cover 3, like, or even like cover 4. Like, just don't go to like prevent and have your corners or safeties all the way back or whatever. But yeah, Falcons, Desmond Ridder drove the field all the way down, got in field goal position. Young Hoku knocked it in. They won a game, but they only won a game by 2. I had 2.5, so I mean,
That half point. Hey, a win is a win.
A win is a win. A win is a win for sure. Then on to the Jets and Broncos game, man. Zach Wilson played completely trash. They didn't win because of him. For sure didn't win because of him. But that boy Breece Hall, hey, they said he has no more limits. No more limit on his snap count or whatever. No more snap count or whatever. He went completely bizarre. He went crazy. I don't know what's going on in Denver. I'm pretty sure they about to pretty much blow this up.
Yeah, they're going to blow it up, but watch. Tomorrow when they play my Chiefs, they're going to have their best game of the season. I'm already knowing. Because that's going to be
Yeah, I won like 15 in a row, something like
15
that, 15
in a row. Patrick Mahomes never lost to Denver at home. Thursday Night Football. They ain't got nothing to play for real, nothing to lose. I'm sure tomorrow they'll find a way to make it close at the very end. We probably still pull it out, but it'll be a 1-possession game on some stupid stuff, even though it shouldn't be. But that's just how it goes. Whenever every team plays my Chiefs, we get their best shot whatsoever. But yeah, it's not looking good in Denver. Sean Payton did all that smack talk versus Nathaniel Hackett, and then they got smacked by the Jets. And like you said, it wasn't anything Zach Wilson was doing. So I don't know how that defense went from literally like top 5 last year to the bottom of the league. It's quite amazing their fall off, because the offense has been pretty good. Russell Wilson got like 11 touchdowns, 2 picks. like 1,000 some yards on the season. So he's playing decent. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's looking like they might need to go full tank mode. We're probably about to have a fire sale here pretty soon, especially if they lose tomorrow. Jerry Judy, Cortland Sutton, they're taking offers. I think everybody basically on the table except Pat Surtain. That's about the only one who's off limits.
Yeah.
And shoot, who knows? Even for the right offer, maybe he might be gone because and not Sean Payton's players. None of those are Sean Payton's players. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. But hey, Jets got it done. Wow, that was a money line. Yeah, that was a money line play. Yep, money line play. So if you cash out on those two, you got some bread for sure. And then it was the Monday night game. Jordan Love, man. I was so high on this dude coming in. And he's kind of like a roller coaster. I don't know, like some games he looks good, but some games, like these past few games, he has been looking awful. Like Jared Alexander was saying, he was like, the defense got to do everything. They also got to score points too. I mean, you shouldn't say it. I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but you shouldn't say it.
At the end of the day, man, that's still your quarterback, man. You going to war with that dude, so. But still, man, Jordan Love has been looking awful. Past couple of games, they couldn't get anything going. Raiders came out with a dub. Jimmy G played decently, I guess, or whatever.
He was garbage. That was a garbage game, just on both sides. Because really, the Raiders should have lost after, what was it, 4th and 1 with 2 minutes to go. You go for it, get the first game over. No, let's kick a 53-yard field goal, and they miss. I hate seeing coaches get rewarded for making stupid ass decisions, but Josh McDaniels got away with that one for sure. Yeah, they didn't deserve to win. Both teams should have lost that game if possible. But yeah, man, that was just some god awful football. I think was it Jordan Love now in the last 2 games, 1 touchdown, 5 interceptions, 2 L's. The NFC North, man, that division. It's Detroit. I mean, if Detroit doesn't win, that would mean they have an epic collapse because every team in their division is trying their hardest to lose. The Bears just got their first win last Thursday night. But other than that, I think Bears 1-4, Vikings 1-4, and then Packers at 2-3 now. So yeah, man, that's a garbage division. Jordan Love going through some growing pains. I mean, it is 5 games in his career, so I'm not gonna panic. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, he's garbage, he sucks. Like the Packers did just have literally literally they had 2 Hall of Fame QBs, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for the past 30, 35 years. Yeah. So I mean, it's okay if this one doesn't look the best to get off or to the start of his career, but they'll be all right. They can deal with it. I even seen a couple people saying now, like, "Oh, Matt LaFleur is a horrible coach." Like, I mean, it's just some growing pains. That's it. Yeah. Like, you just lost Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of folks not giving quarterbacks opportunity to grow. Like these guys that they be saying their career is over, or they're busted. Be like, it's Jordan Love case. Like I said, 5 games. Other QBs like you don't even let them get 2 years into a system to even see for real. Like everybody's expecting like instant results, and that's just not the case. The ones who do have that, those are the anomalies. What you're seeing right here is it's kind of normal, man. But yeah, Cam finished 2-1, so positive day nonetheless. Like I said, if Jordan Love doesn't throw the game away, Packers probably win that one, and then it's a sweep. But it is what it is. On the flip side, man, if you tell me it was a rough weekend, man. Let me start it off with let's see. Well, I'll start off with the positives. We ended up going 2-5 on the weekend. Breece Hall, like you said, great game. No restraints, no snap counts. Feed him. Think he even had a 72-yard touchdown, so that hit his prop right there in that run. But he finished the game with 177 rush yards, so over 62.5, or I'm sorry, 62.5 Woo, 62.5. That was an easy cash. I told y'all. He's as long as he's healthy and they feed him, and they're gonna have to feed him because Zach Wilson. We were skeptical. We bet on the Jets thinking like, oh, Denver's bad, and maybe Zach Wilson could have 2 good games in a row. That did not happen. So they're gonna have to rely on Brees Hall a lot. So you could probably bet most of his rushing props for the rest of the season going forward. As long as he stays healthy, he's gonna be able to produce. That was a hit. Then I had the Jets +3 and my Chiefs ML for +1.44 units in a parlay. Of course, that hit. I should have thrown some money on Jets ML, just standalone straight bet. That's my fault not doing that, but nonetheless, those 2 were dubs for me, and then the L's, man. So, like I said, I got some new rules. I'm gonna hold myself to this season. First team, the Cardinals. They are banned for me. I'm not betting against them. I'm not betting for them. See me bet against them with the Cowboys a couple weeks ago, and they whooped the Cowboys. You see me bet for them this week, not even to win. The cover plus 10 in the teaser, and then the +3 versus the Bengals. And they made Joe Burrow have his best game of the season. It was actually a close game. Most of the game, they were winning to end the first half, and then Dobbs throws a pick 6 in a 2-minute drill when they have the ball and they're inside their own 20-yard line, which is a dumb mistake. So then Bengals go into the half with the lead, and then they get shut out in the second half. Helps too that James Conner went down with injury, but still, like, they didn't put up any points. It was 24-20 going towards the end of the third quarter. They got a turnover, and then driving the ball down the field, they turned the ball over on downs in the red zone, and then Cincinnati turns around and scores. So they lose 34-20, completely blowing my teaser that had them +10, Jets +9.5, my Chiefs +3.5. So like I said, yeah, Cardinals banned, kick them off the list. Flip it over to the Rams +4.5 versus the Eagles. Looked good the first half. Again, end of the half, teams not doing what they're supposed to do and closing out the half on a strong note. Rams give the ball back to the Eagles with 32 seconds left, up 14-10. They let them drive the length of the field, get the ball down to the 1-yard line with 2 seconds left. Eagles burn their last time out, and then, of course, they go brotherly shove. They're not getting stopped there. Rushing touchdown to end the half. They go into the half 17-14, and then shut out the Rams the whole second half. Game ends 23-14. Defense was able to hold the Eagles to 2 field goals, but then, like I said, the offense completely shut down after Cooper Kupp was looking good. Puka was looking good. Then nothing. The whole second half. I think they got 82 total yards the second half. So another complete sell, second half meltdown. And then on flip side, the same time, my Chiefs, man. I'm preventing myself from betting on it again, at least on the page. At the same time, I'm pissed. I'm happy. Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 touchdown passes, man. Once again, fails me on the bet. But at the same time, he's failing the bet because we're actually running the football at the goal line and we're actually feeding Pacheco and it's working. So I can't be mad about mad about that fact as a Chiefs fan. But as far as betting Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns right now, I'm going to stay away from it. Granted, I'm going to stay away from it. I just know tomorrow he's going to throw 3 just out of spite for me. But we're finding different ways to win. We're actually becoming a running football team. I think this is the 3rd game in a row. Pacheco's had 15 plus carries. So it's like, oh, look at us finally feeding Pacheco instead of doing stupid stuff. So I can't be mad at it, like I said, but another lost bet. And then what we'll get into later in this episode, man, Cowboys +3.5. Oh, Cowboys fans, just know I got something for y'all. My God, that one wasn't even close from the jump. 42-10, they get blasted by the 49ers. And that's how we end up 2-5 on the weekend. But like I said, feel like Arizona, maybe not the +3 cover, but they should have definitely hit the +10 if they were a competent offense. Los Angeles Rams, might have to stay away from them too a bit because I think I bet on them versus the Bengals a couple weeks ago and they completely just shit the bed on offense second half. They did it again this week. So yeah, teams just not playing 2 halves of solid football. And then Dallas just not playing football at all from the looks of it. So definitely got some things to clean up. Like I said, we're going to get right this week for sure. That's the bet recap for week 5. We're going to hop into a few topics and then hit y'all with our week 6 picks. But first topic off the board. I've been saying it for a year and a half now, and it's looking like it might come earlier than I think. Bill Belichick, man. Patriots have been outscored 72-3 their last 2 games. Completely unheard of. They just got blasted 31-0 by the Saints this weekend after losing, what was that? They got 41-3 or something the week before that. Let me check just to give y'all the official thing. Or 38-3, I'm sorry, by the Cowboys the previous week. Mac Jones has gotten benched 2 games in a row. Bill Belichick did say yesterday, though, that this week going into their matchup with the Raiders, Mac Jones is starting quarterback. They're not going to change anything there. I mean, if they lose to the Raiders, especially, thinking that it is Josh McDaniels, former coach, and how they lost to him last year with that Jacoby Myers play, who is now on the other side for the Raiders and has been used a lot throughout this season so far. So especially if he goes off, that Patriots offense still struggles versus what's not that great of a Las Vegas defense. Do you think it's possible Bill Belichick doesn't even make it to the end of the season? Because at this point, I think he's got to get fired, let go of whatever you want to call it. But the way the Patriots are looking and the way they're losing, I think I know he's a great defensive mind. I know all the history. I think Robert Kraft might have good reason to move off from Bill Belichick before this season is even over with. Period. So do you think that's a possibility? And if so, how many more games do you give it until Bill Belichick is fired / let go of as Patriots head coach?
I think it's a possibility, but I don't think it's likely to happen. Because like we said before, I think Kraft has that much respect for Bill Belichick for him to just fire him during while the season's still going or whatever, or like at the last couple of games. So I think he still would finish the season out, but I think like after that Week 18 game, for sure he's gone for sure.
Gotta be.
So I mean, yeah, something needs to change. Bill O'Brien was not a great hire, as you can see right now. I mean, I know he doesn't really have too much to work with on the offensive end, on the offensive side of things. But I mean, starting off, I don't know what went wrong, because starting off like the beginning of the season, like the first few weeks, whatever, the offense didn't look that bad. The offense was actually moving around pretty well. But I mean, like these past few 2 or 3 games, whatever, I mean, they've been looking awful. Mac Jones been looking awful. Like you say, he been getting benched or whatever. So, yeah. With Bill, though, it's just crazy to think that Bill Belichick would like it would ever be a possibility of him like getting released or fired or whatever, during the season. But I mean, it's a real possibility. It's a very real possibility. So, I can see it, but I just don't think it's likely. So we'll see what happens. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely, but then at the same time, like I said, these last 2 games have looked real awful. About to play a team in the Raiders who, as of right now, it doesn't look like they're going to be a playoff team in the AFC. So if they lose that one real bad, it doesn't get any easier, like moving forward. Like they got the Bills next, the Dolphins, who I think undefeated versus them, and then the Commanders and Colts. I think if they mess around and lose this Raiders game, then I don't see them winning versus the Bills or Dolphins. If they lose one of those games versus Commanders or Colts, I think we might see him fired. So if that happens, you heard it here first, because I've been saying it on record for the last year and a half. Like I said, that Bill Belichick is going to get fired, because either he's going to get fired or he's at least – because he's also the GM of the team. I think
the GM too.
if it's not completely fired from the head coach, I think Kraft is firing him from his GM duties and giving him at the very least one more year. And then if it really don't turn around, then it's like, okay, you gotta go.
I can see
But
that actually.
But yeah, if it don't get any better though this year, like if there's no like hope or anything, because they're 1-4 right now, and the Dolphins and Bills, for the most part, they're gonna probably be in the playoffs. I think it's fair to say, unless they have, they get hit with an injury bug, which the Bills kind of are right now. So they got some key injuries on that defensive side of the ball. The Jets, like I said, Zach Wilson, can he string together 2 good games? We don't know, but they're in the hunt. They're gonna be in the hunt, we think. And Aaron Rodgers, crazy ass self, he claims and swears up and down, "Oh, I'm gonna be back this season," even though we've never seen that with an Achilles injury, and he's
I've
a
been
9-year-old man. I don't know how that's gonna work.
I've been seeing people talking about him coming. There's literally no way he could come back.
There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way.
And
I don't see no way he can come back.
And even if he does, as bad as Zach Wilson is, he can't possibly be any better. Especially because they haven't fixed that offensive line at all. Like, it's not like that line has made any changes. So, yeah, I doubt that's happened. But if Aaron Rodgers comes back this season, maybe the league does need to look into ayahuasca or something, because something not right. Because that shouldn't be possible. But yeah, those 3 teams, they're going to be in the playoffs or in the hunt for the playoffs. So the Patriots, it's looking like their season, I don't know if a team has ever started 1-4 and made the playoffs. I'm not saying that's a fact off the top of my head, but I'm willing to bet that no team has really ever started like that. Matter of fact, maybe I got to go check. I'm going to check. But I want to say that first season we had Alex Smith, I think we were like 1-5, and then we went on a crazy run to make the playoffs that year, and Andy Reid's first year. But I could be wrong. But regardless, Bill Belichick, the seat is just getting hotter. The schedule's not getting any easier these next couple weeks. And then to end the season, they still got the Chiefs, they got the Chargers, they got the Bills again, and they end it with the Jets. Now, they have had the Jets number, obviously, with Zach Wilson, so maybe they can end it on a high note, but I don't think with any of the games moving forward, they're going to be in any contention to make the playoffs. So, yeah, I think at the end of the year, at the very least, Bill Belichick is fired. I think it's just, time to let him go, part ways. Obviously, won 6 Super Bowls, greatest defensive mind there in New England. Nothing to be ashamed about, but as the record states, he is not a good head coach. And I'm not saying he's not a good head coach, but at least the record, without Tom Brady, he's not a good head coach.
Yep.
And if they have some of these meltdowns where they're not putting up any points and you got to bench Mac Jones, like, you can only bench Mac Jones so many more times, too, before it's like, I mean, I'm sure he's already fighting his own mental battles with just how last year went with them having Matt Patricia, a defensive coordinator, be their offensive coordinator. And then with this year being benched the last weekend, he can only take so much more. Honestly, the Patriots right now, they're in the hunt for Caleb Williams.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now, if they can get Caleb Williams, then maybe you stick around because, like, hey, if we can keep Bill Belichick and have a good defense, Caleb Williams, maybe we'll be able to do something. But then you still got to get some offensive weapons, because I will say that even though Mac has looked garbage, he does not have any offensive weapons whatsoever. And that was my main proponent for saying Bill Belichick will get fired, because time and time again, you cannot keep putting these C-list wide receivers with a game-managing quarterback. This isn't Tom Brady that can uplift those guys.
It's time for him to retire. It's time for him to retire, man. I just feel like you need some type of, if you don't have a head coach that's that's built around like offense or whatever, at least have a really damn good offensive coordinator. I don't know. I think that Bill Belichick.
You got to, like I've been saying too.
Yes.
The phase of having a defensive-minded head coach is over.
It's over.
Unless you have a star offensive coordinator, it's over. These defensive-minded coaches, it's just something about them. They just think, oh, defense can win championships. Like, yes, that was the case in the old NFL. This new NFL is not the case. You have to have a super fire-powered offense to go out and win these games. And you have to have a good defense, don't get me wrong, but offense is winning championships nowadays, man. You got to have a mobile QB, got to have a good OC, got to have at least, I'm not saying like bona fide wide receiver one, but you got to have good wide receiver talent, a great running back, one or the other. You got to be bona fide in one of those skill positions on offense, tight end, running back, wide receiver. Pick one. I know it's salary cap league, but you got to be bona fide in one of them. The Patriots are bona fide nowhere on the offensive side of the ball. And it's been like that since even when Tom Brady was there his last couple years, they didn't have any bona fide weapons for real. And that's part of the reason that, drove him out. And then Bill Belichick's arrogance, thinking like, oh, we'll let Tom Brady go. He, of course, goes to Tampa, wins the Super Bowl, and now you've been struggling for the last 4 years, and it's only gotten progressively worse and worse. And to the point now where you started 1-4, and last week was the worst beating I think Bill Belichick team has ever taken, 35-point loss, and he followed up with a 31-point shutout at home versus the Saints, who are not like, I want them to win the NFC South, but the Saints haven't looked good whatsoever. And their offense they didn't do anything spectacular either. It was Mac Jones and that offense turning over the ball. I think they opened up the game with a pick six to Tyrann Mathieu. So, man, New England, like I said, y'all had 20 years of dominance.
Yeah.
This is just like the life balance and stuff. Like, y'all couldn't be good forever. And because y'all were so dominant for 20 years, it's only right y'all are bottom of the league for the next 5 to 10 years. I'm sorry. That's just the way life goes. I can only imagine life without Patrick Mahomes in the future. So, yeah, this is what y'all deserve. Y'all got to have the greatest football dynasty ever. Y'all can deal with some losing years, but Bill Belichick got to go for sure. And if it gets worse, I'm calling it right now. If by week 9 when the Patriots are playing the Commanders, and the Patriots are 2-6 going into that game, and they lose and go to 2-7, Bill Belichick will be let go of. I think it just has to happen at that point, because then you need to start the process of the rebuild for real. There's no point in keeping him. And then even though you're saying Bill Belichick should retire, I think he should retire too. I agree with you, but I think he's like 20 or so games away from Don Shula for the record for all-time wins. I know he wants that at the very least before he does hang it up.
Who would hire him though? Who gonna hire him? Because when you hire Bill Belichick, you're handing the keys over to Bill Belichick. He's taking control of the whole franchise. So I mean, it's like, who would hire him? I don't know who. What team?
You're right.
I don't know what team. I don't know what team, man.
I'm trying to think of
And then every team wants a younger coach nowadays. So
You're right.
He has to retire.
I can't think of anybody. No, you're right. Okay, I'll say, just thinking off the top of my head, if I have to go one, depending on how this season goes for Chicago, I know the last 2 weeks have looked good, but I still think if it goes bad, they need to get rid of Eberflus, however you pronounce his name. Maybe they do hire Belichick just to get a new, attitude within the franchise. But then if they do that, of course, like we just said, they have to go get a surefire offensive coordinator to help Justin Fields' development. Or if they do end up with the first or second pick, Caleb Williams, Drake May, whoever that might be, I think they should stick it out with Justin Fields. He's obviously, the last 2 weeks, you see what he can be. So if they still don't have a great season, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to have a great season, but if they don't have a good season, where they don't end the season with like 6 wins, get rid of Matt Eberflus, Bill Belichick possibility. But as of right now, any other options, shoot, you're right. I don't know. It's really none. Maybe the Chargers, if their season doesn't go as planned, I think they're gonna get rid of Brandon Staley because they just paid Justin Herbert. So obviously, like if the Chargers don't at least, I'd say because it's the Chargers and they haven't had any success in the last decade for real. If they don't win at least a playoff game, then Staley has to go. If they win a playoff game, I could see them like leaving out hope, like, oh, Staley got it moving in the right direction. But if they don't win a playoff game, I think Staley's gone. Maybe then you bring in Bill Belichick, a real defensive mind, and then you have an offensive coordinator and Kellen Moore if they choose to keep him. I don't know. But yeah, that's the only two I can think of.
Kellen Moore might find a head coach job somewhere else. You mean?
I'm not gonna lie. If he's able to do that, at least I know we're only going into week 6, but if he's able to do that, the way the Chargers offenses looked, something is really wrong, man. Because that offense with Justin Herbert and them weapons does not look good at all. So if he's able to snatch a head coaching job, what are we doing here, man? Like, I'm not even gonna get to the comment, but you already know what I'm thinking. But like, come on now. He at least what he's shown so far, it is not warranted a head coaching offer. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Bill Belichick, his time in New England is coming to an end, and it's a nasty. And it's not too many times you get to ride off into the sunset to end the NFL career, whether that's coaching, playing, and that's showcasing here. Like it's just looking real ugly up there in Boston for the Patriots. But you know what's looking even uglier, man? Them Cowgirls. I'm gonna let you get on it first, and then I'm just say what I got to say. I'm gonna let you touch on it first. But obviously, Cowgirls 3-2 got absolutely smacked by the 49ers this weekend, man. Let's talk about Dallas. Cowboys fans, if you get butthurt easily, if you don't like the truth, go ahead and just sign off the video or skip it. I don't know how long these rants will be. Probably be a decent amount of time. But go ahead and just skip across this or, get off the video. And with what I'm about to tell you about your team, you might even want to unsubscribe if you're watching this. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Because y'all deserve everything that's about to come. But like I said, Cam, go ahead and touch on these Cowboys first. Because, man, it is bad. It is really, really bad.
I just want to say, just start off. As long as Jerry Jones is living, I'm about to get real disrespectful. So as long as Jerry Jones is breathing on this earth as the Dallas Cowboys owner, VP, whatever the hell he is, they will never. I mean this. Y'all would never win or make it to a Super Bowl at that. Ever. If he's around. Ever. Like, he needs to be gone. I don't know how. I don't know when. He needs to be gone. That's one thing. The second thing. I mean, hey, I've been saying this for the past 3 years, man. Dakota Prescott, he just can't get the job done. Simply just can't get the job done, man. I've been trying to tell y'all, man, when you pay this guy that type of money, I know you want him to game manage. I know you think they should run the ball or whatever. But when they play teams like the 49ers that they have run stoppers and have like good linebackers like Greenlaw and Fred Warner that can actually stop the run, once they stop the run, you're gonna have to throw the ball. You're gonna have to throw the ball. You can only game manage so much to where, eventually you're gonna have to throw the ball. And I mean, it shows. He threw the ball 24 times. I mean, if you're throwing multiple interceptions, if you're throwing 3 interceptions, man, I mean, it's gonna show. And it showed. I mean, 42-10. It's just, I don't know. Like, as long as he's there, man, I just can't see the Cowboys ever winning anything with him. I think at some point they need to move on from him. I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know if it'll be via trade or just let them release him. I don't. That's probably too much money for them to release him. But maybe via trade they can send him out and get some picks from him or something. But yeah, man. Like I said, it's just and then the defense at that we hyped them up to be a top 3 defense, top 5 defense.
Boy, we wrong.
Man, 42 points. That's just unacceptable. That's just completely unacceptable. I seen Deion Sanders was talking about the Cowboys or whatever, and he was pretty much saying how with the 49ers defense, there's a few guys you can name that what to expect out of them. Every game coming in, what to expect out of like a guy like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, whatever. Greenlaw, what you'll get out of those guys every single week. Like with the Cowboys though, like they have dogs on that team, but like what's going on? Like it's not like they're not showing up. They simply not showing up. It's like I don't know, man. They just simply not showing up. CD not showing up. I don't know, man. It's I would hate to be a Cowboys fan right now. Me personally. I don't know. It's not looking. They'll probably still win. They'll probably still go to the playoffs. They'll probably still win 10 games. But if you can't beat the teams like the 49ers, the Eagles, really only those two in the NFC like that. But
it's looking
maybe
the Lions. Obviously, yeah. And they play them at the end towards the end of the season. New Year or December 30th, I think they play on a Saturday that week. But yeah, we'll see that matchup.
But that's always been their problem though. Like the Cowboys and that they can't beat like the teams, the good teams, like the over 500 teams. They can't beat them like that. They can't beat them. So,
but they sure will handle the teams that they have no problem.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The ones that should be handled. But man, is it my turn?
It's your turn, man. Go at it. I know you want this.
Cowboys fans. What I'm about to say, it's going to be very insulting. Like I said, if you're going to be butthurt, just click off right now. But if you have any conscience, you're going to realize what I'm saying is right. And maybe you can change the error of your ways. Because I was in the right frame of mind all these years. And then for some reason this year, I just started sipping the Kool-Aid. That first game, y'all fooled us. Second game, y'all fooled us again. Arizona, it was a red flag. But I ignored it. No, it'll be all right. Just overlooking, looking ahead. Then y'all fooled us again versus the Patriots, who we just talked about, absolute garbage. And I took one more sip of that Kool-Aid, thinking like, oh, they'll finally get over the hump of beating the 49ers. Y'all suck! Oh my God, y'all! I like Cowboys fans. Y'all will never, in your near future life, see your team win a Super Bowl. Don't ever let those words come out of your mouth right now. For as long as Jerry Jones is living, as long as Mike McCarthy is your head coach, as long as Dak Prescott is your quarterback, you will never make the Super Bowl. You probably will never make the NFC Championship game unless the rest of the NFC just completely falls apart. You will never make it there. You will never reach that level. Stop having goals. Stop having dreams. It's not happening. When y'all win, do not tweet about, oh, we won. Everybody quiet now. And when y'all lose, oh, everybody on our case. They on your case because you fucking suck. It's just plain and simple. Y'all are garbage. We've said it this whole time. Jerry Jones is too stubborn. He wants to be VP. He wants to be GM. He has too much influence in the operations of the team. and it's killed y'all this whole time. Just go look at his coaching track record since y'all fired Jimmy Johnson and the last time y'all had winning football for real. All of those coaches have been absolute garbage. You hired Bill Parcells, who was like 63 years old and 3 years into retirement. Flop. You hired Jason Garrett, Mr. 8-8, and you kept him for way too long because he's married to his daughter. Out of there. Then instead of going to get a bona fide superstar up-and-coming head coach, no, you go get Mr. Vanilla, Mike McCarthy himself, who couldn't win with Aaron Rodgers all them years. He had one fluke Super Bowl and then was garbage the rest of the time. You think, oh, well, because Mike McCarthy doesn't have a backbone and he won't stand up to anything I say, all right, Jerry Jones, let's go get him and make him our head coach. That was mistake number one right there. We said that Mike McCarthy, he's never going to lead y'all to the Super Bowl. And then on top of that, you watched Dak be absolutely average. I'm not even about to say Dak is a bad quarterback because he can be good versus the bad teams, like we said. But when you got to be better than good competition, he is not the guy. So why on God's green earth would Jerry Jones' old ass get up on the press conference after that ass whooping and say, Dak is our guy? No, he's not. And everybody knows it. Even the team knows it. Dak knows it. Michael Parsons, him too. Mike Parsons.
Oh, yeah, he needs
leave the podcast to guys like us. Shut the hell up. You just talking straight up nonsense. Well, I just think, it wasn't really nothing the 49ers did. I think we're just as good of a team. We lost to ourselves. George Kittle with the fuck the Cowboy shirts. Oh, we made it personal. Okay. Laugh now, cry later. No. Cry now, cry later for y'all. Because y'all are garbage. Y'all are the 49ers, bitch. Straight up. Not even the The 49ers own y'all. You know, Aaron Rodgers would be like, yeah, I own the Bears. The 49ers have property in Dallas, in Arlington, Texas. They own Cowboy Stadium. They own the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott, y'all are the San Francisco 49ers, bitch. I have never seen a team get dominated more in the last 2 to 3 years than y'all have by that franchise out in the Bay. Like, it is so clear and obvious they have rent in y'all's mind. Y'all don't even look like y'all know how to play football when y'all go against Fortnite. And you can just tell it's in the back of everybody said, like, damn. I just, like, as soon as they scored, okay, Dak, get back out on the field. 3 and out. It's like, oh, shit. Like, the score again. Well, 14-0. It's not time to panic, but it's getting there. Oh, 21. Like, oh, man, here we go. Well, let's at least make it competitive. 21-10. Let's make it competitive. And then, no, back to Mike McCarthy, dumbass. Clock management, terrible. They're driving the ball down the field. It's like a 3rd and 4. He runs the ball. You're thinking like, oh, down double digits, middle of the third quarter. If you're going to run on a 3rd and 4, if you don't get it, you probably have another play set up to go for it. Because you might as well. No, let's kick a fucking field goal. Just stupid-ass coaching, followed by stupid-ass QB play. After that, 49ers go back, score, and then it's like, okay, well, shit, now we got to give the ball to Dak. And Dak, I'm not going to throw 10 interceptions this year. My God, you're already halfway there, Dak, and we 5 games into the season. And just do 3 of them. Just handing them the ball. And some of them, granted, I think it was the one to Gallup. Or, no, it was the deep shot to Brandon Cooks. For one, why are you not using – I've never seen a team use Brandon Cooks worse. Brandon Cook has literally been able to throw or go for 1,000 yards receiving with damn near us at quarterback at some time, it seemed like. But whatever team he's on, he could go for 1,000. Why is it so hard to get him the ball? Michael Gallup, you made the mistake. He had that one good year. You paid him all that money. He tears ACL. He hasn't been the same since. You're going to need to get rid of him. He's garbage. It just is what it is. But the play calling on the deep shot interception, on a 3rd down, you run a play action, max protection. Why is Dak under pressure in under 3 seconds with max protection? Meaning you have 2 tight ends helping chip the DNs, and you got Pollard in the backfield blocking, and you only have 2 wide receivers on 2 routes. That's the one. Mike McCarthy and his play call. What the hell are y'all doing? I thought this year Dak was supposed to have more control of the offense and he was supposed to be better. That shit is out the window, clearly. He throws a fucking moon ball, Josh Allen arm punt down the field, not even close, give the ball right back to San Francisco. And then at this point, I know he's not on the active roster because he's third quarterback, but fuck it. If you got the Chargers next week, so who knows? The Chargers might just charger it up and Dallas might find a way to win. And then they'll have some more false. So like, oh, we can do this shit for real. But let me tell you right now, if y'all win this game, or was it Sunday night versus the Chargers, it's fool's gold. Y'all still fucking suck. Don't get any excited. Don't get hyped thinking like, oh, we're headed to the Super Bowl now. Like we can turn this season around. No, it's not. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to see the San Francisco 49ers. And Lord knows when y'all see them, y'all are going to shit your pants as you always do. So don't even get hyped off of that. The Chargers are going to charge you. Brandon Staley going to try to give you the game. So you ain't going to have an opportunity to win. But just put Trey Lance in. Fuck it. You got Trey Lance for still. You know Dak Prescott is not the guy. Jerry Jones, I want him to get tested. I know he's got money and it'll never get out. But I guarantee, I'm 95% sure that motherfucker got dementia. Because you know what happens when you have dementia? You have a lack of good judgment. And my God, if you think Dak Prescott is the answer, Jerry Jones, you got fucking dementia. It's
shit.
What it is. Put Trey Lance in. Let him get reps for this year. That's all we're looking for because you're about to waste away Micah Parsons in that good defense because you're going to have to pay him. Then you're going to start losing weapons on that end. You got competent wide receivers. You got CD who, for some reason, just other stupid shit. See, this is why I told you, Cowboys fans, if you haven't signed off now, just sign up because I'm going to keep going. It's so much shit to get into. Jerry Jones, dumbass, another dumb comment. He's talking about, well, do you think CeeDee Lamb should get more targets? Someone asked him because he's only gotten 4 receptions in every game besides last week versus the Patriots. He's talking about, well, no, actually, I think it might be better if we get the tight end the ball. Your tight ends can't fucking catch. You got rid of the best one you had in Dalton Schultz, who was probably the one who had the best connection with that. And he's clearly suffering from that. You can't get CD, who Richard Sherman was on Undisputed this morning. And I think it's really just to get under Skip's skin, but I don't agree with what he said. He said CD isn't a bona fide number one. I've been watching CD since his days at OU. He's a bona fide number one. Dak is just bona fide ass. That's what it is. You can't get him the ball. That's the only problem. But CD is more than enough. Then like I said, you got Brandon Cooks. You got Paul. You have weapons. You can't draw up no type of plays. They don't run any motion. They don't do anything to set them to get open. Like you never see the Cowboys wide receivers just with 5 yards of open space. Like, you know, when we're watching the 49ers and we're like, damn, George Kittle's wide open. Bebo is wide open. Man, like, it seems too easy. You never hear that coming out of our mouths about the Cowboys because that's how garbage this offense is with Mike McCarthy. So he's talking about, oh, we probably shouldn't give CD targets. Well, shit, who should you give the targets to then, Jerry? Because no one else on your team can catch the damn ball. And Dak can't throw it to anybody else. So maybe you should double back and go try to get CD the ball. Like, damn, if it's 3rd and 7, maybe I should draw up something for CD Lamb, our best wide receiver. I think that would make sense, Mike McCarthy. And Dak, oh, Uncle Dak ass. If Mike McCarthy called something stupid, let's go back to what we said preseason where you should be taking over. Go to the huddle and be like, fuck that. Let's run this. Because, like, you see the other players in the league, Kenny Pickett, back to the end of the can't call play for shit. You know what he did when the game was on the line? He audibled George Pickens, touchdown for the win. Where's that shit, Dak? It's year 9. You got paid. You got 160 M's. And we can't rely on you to win versus one good team. We have to see Dak win one game versus a good team his whole tenure with the Cowboys. What are we talking about? He's the answer, Jerry. Come on. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, and it's got me this pissed off. I said these dummies will make it to the Super Bowl. And boy, what the fuck was I smoking? Because I should have known it's the same shit I've watched every year in my life with the Cowboys. Y'all are garbage. Only this year, it's clearly obvious y'all shouldn't get your hopes up whatsoever. Because you know you're just going to be let down at the very end. This team is so bad. And the defense, oh my God. Man, we thought they were top 5. No, y'all can just whoop up on the sorry-ass quarterbacks like Zach Wilson, Mac Jones. You let Dobbs do his thing on y'all. So that, like I said, that was the first red flag there. But then Daniel Jones, like, okay, versus a good quarterback, what can y'all do? I get it. Trayvon Diggs tore his ACL, something y'all can't control. But you still got Gilmore. You still got Micah Parsons, Lawrence, Vander Esch, who, unfortunately, now he's probably done for some significant amount of time with his neck injury. So it's only about to get worse. It's only about to get worse. Like I said, y'all got some cupcakes on your schedule still. So you're going to win some games. Like, oh, you'll beat the Panthers. You'll probably smack the Giants. You'll find a way to beat the Rams. You'll probably beat the Eagles at home. So you'll be like, you'll go into the playoffs like 10-7, like, hey, all we just need is Dak to do this, Dak to do that. And if he doesn't turn over the ball, we'll be good to go. No, the fuck you won't. Stop saying it. Stop complaining when other fans tell you about it. Just take a look in the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and say, I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm a dumbass for being one because we're never going to win. And I keep believing it. That's it. That's it. It's literally the definition of mental insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And what is Jerry Jones doing? The same thing over and over and over. And it's the same damn result every time, bro. Y'all are so garbage. Such a poverty franchise. And God forbid, we're not saying anything too dirty, but like Cam said, y'all will not win a Super Bowl until Jerry Jones is 6 feet deep in the earth. That just is what it is.
He's 6 feet.
And I'm willing to bet the year that Jerry Jones does end up in the earth, I bet y'all make the NFC Championship game or Super Bowl.
I bet so too.
I bet you money that's what happens. But as of right now, it's not happening with him, Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott. So like I said, Trey Lance, you traded for him for a reason. You're not going to pay Dak again after this season, clearly, because he's not going to win you anything. You might as well get Trey Lance the reps, see what you got, because then if you see that Trey Lance doesn't provide you any hope, then you got to do something this offseason. You got to make a trade up in the draft. You got to go get somebody else. Because you're not going to win with the current roster structure and Dak Prescott leading the way and Mike McCarthy being the main play caller. When has that ever been really good that the head coach is the main play caller besides the purely elite play callers like Reed, McVay, and Shanahan? Who else can do that? Nobody. It hasn't worked for anybody. And last time I checked, you have Mike McCarthy, who is clearly not any of those three coaches. So why the fuck would you think that was going to work, Jerry? It doesn't. It doesn't. Like I said, it's insanity. Cowboys fans, just give it up. Give it up. Just accept reality. Be like Chris. Chris is accepting reality. He's like, I won't even get my hopes up. And me, I was trying to get it. So I was like, no, y'all can do it this year. No, the fuck y'all can't. Chris is right. It's so bad. It's so bad. And like I said, I'm just knowing they're going to win a few games here and there, and then it's going to be like, can the Cowboys just do it? Can we get a good game from Dak? No, you can't. We have seen Dak be mediocre versus great teams his whole career. I don't want to get that confused where y'all hearing this rant and y'all mad like, Dak is good. He can do this. Yeah, he is a serviceable QB. He's a great game manager. But like Cam says time and time again, you pay him to be able to win some football games, and he can't win the football games where the quarterback has to win. He can't do it. He cannot do it. He literally cannot. And we've watched it now for 9 years straight. And y'all think it's just going to all of a sudden change? No. And it's only going to get worse. Like, I'm not even saying Dak Prescott, I'm sure, is a great human being. But as a quarterback, at least for the Cowboys, it's not it. He cannot handle the pressure. And then on top of that, the pressure you get from being America's team, all eyes on you, and you haven't made the NFC Championship in over 2 decades, he can't rise up to that. And he never will. It just is what it is. So see what you got in Trey Lance and make a trade. And don't make it a dumbass trade, Jerry. Like, don't do some shit where you trade for Kirk Cousins and just go get the other version of that. Because now there's rumors that, Kirk Cousins is potentially on the trade block because the Viking season looks to be in jeopardy, especially with Jefferson out. Don't go do that stupid stuff. You traded for Trey Lance for a reason. Just admit it. Don't sit up here and say, oh, no, Dak is the guy. And I really think part of the reason Dak is still his guy is because Dak, like I said, his good old Uncle Dak, who is next to Jerry standing up for that anthem when everybody else is taking these Dak. Because I won't disappoint you, Master Jerry. Jerry's like, that's my type of guy. So I'm gonna stick beside him. And look where y'all are now. Sticking beside him and taking nothing but L's. Like I said, 49ers bitch. Point blank, period. I've never seen a team completely dominate another within a close span like that. Like, they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. But here we are. They've dominated y'all 3 times in a row. And for Michael Parsons to sit up there and say, like, oh, no, that was on us. It would be understandable if you're saying y'all beat yourselves because y'all lost a close game. It was competitive. The game was over from the start. 49ers marched right down the field, scored. Y'all showed no posts on offense the whole first half, and it was an ass whooping from the jump. And then Debo replied, like, when we see y'all again, it might be worse. And he's not wrong. It probably will be worse. Because the second the 49ers go up double digits, whenever that game does happen, all the doubt will creep into all the minds of Cowboys players again. And it'll be like, man, we know we can't do this. And then you're going to see Dak go out there and throw an interception. And then it's going to get to the point where the team just stops believing in him. I'm sure some of the people, even though they won't admit it right now, I'm sure there are a handful of players on the roster right now that know in their heart of hearts they will never win with Dak Prescott. And it sucks. But trade him or do something. But you're not going to win with him.
Man. They have to do something, man.
Something.
And I got killed for saying this, but I truly do believe we've seen the peak of Dak Prescott already, and that was his rookie year. That's the best version we'll ever see of Dak Prescott because they had no film on him. And also
no expectations either.
No expectations. They had the best running back in the in the league at the time was Zeke. He was the best because he was going crazy, whatever. Had the best O-line. I mean, that team was really Tony Romo's team. He just came in and swept it from under him or whatever. But I think that was the best version we'll ever see of Dak. And if you look at it, he really hasn't had a season like that.
He's only declined in what he used to be able to use his legs. I know he started using them less because he broke his leg a couple years ago, but now it's like he just looks slow. Yeah, he can't throw. And when you used to be able to rely on his legs for like a crucial third down or in the red zone, he can't even do that anymore. So what is he bringing to the table? It's not leadership. It's not clutch play. You're not getting anything out of that right now when it matters the most. So why in the hell would you not just put in Trey Lance to see what you have? Because this window of having this superstar defense is not going to last much longer. So you got to make the most of this opportunity. But this year, it's already shot. Like, I know it's not 100%, but it's 100%. Unless everybody else in the league unless Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts all get knocked out for the season, the Cowboys are not winning the Super Bowl. And even if all those players did, I'm sure they'd still find a way to not win the Super Bowl, just knowing the Cowboys. Because like Stephen A. says, they will find a way to lose. Boy, oh boy, will they find a way to let y'all down. And y'all keep getting y'all's hopes up, man. Y'all are stupid to even believe for a second that the Cowboys will actually win anything of substance with this current build and Dak Prescott at quarterback. It's just not going to happen, man. It's not. I've said my piece. We probably lost a few subscribers that were Cowboys fans. It is what it is. I don't care. Excuse my language, but I had to get that off my chest. Watching that this week, man. Because like I said, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, so I'm going to have to live with that. Like, I knew that was a stupid choice, but I just had some false hope. And, man, looking like one of the worst picks ever. But that defense, not as great as we thought. That offense, even worse than we thought. Shoot. If you're not going to feed CDs, send them to the Chiefs. What y'all want for them? Picks. Because y'all going to need all the draft picks y'all can get to enter a semi-rebuild if you're not going to move off that, because it's not going to work this year, but he's going to win enough games where you're not going to have that great of a draft position. So which one is going to be? Give a CD, man, because y'all not going to use them, obviously. But, yeah, man. Yeah.
Tough.
Sucks to be a Dallas fan. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine either. It's like you have no hope for the future either.
You have no hope. People our age, you've literally never seen your team win at all, and you won't within the next probably at least how long you think Jerry Jones is living?
He probably let's see how old he is.
I think he's in his 80s, but he got money, so they live longer because they got access to medicine we don't.
Yeah, he is 80. He's 80 years old. He probably got a good. He got a good like. Damn, he probably do got like a good 5 to 8 more years.
Should I was giving him 10 probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10. I feel like that's kind of pushing it, but
he's not gonna give up that team either.
Yeah, I was about to say
he's
definitely not gonna give up the 10. He's definitely gonna still be in there. He need. Never mind. I was about to say he need to.
He need to make a sacrifice for the Cowboys franchise.
Man, he need to do something. Shit, God need to give him cancer or some shit.
Oh my God!
I don't know if he gave it. That was messed up.
Yeah, oh my God! But no, it's man. I'm sorry, man, but enough on the Cowboys. Terrible. Let's get into these week 6 bets, man. I'm gonna dial the picks down a little bit this week. I don't know about you. How many picks you got for this week?
I only got 3 this week again. So sticking with 3.
Okay. Let me log into my betting real quick. Go ahead and hit us with your first pick while I get myself together. But I think I want to say I only got 3 or 4 as well, so I'm kind of in the same boat as you.
My first one, man, I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears plus 2.5. They got the Vikings this week. Vikings, no Jay Jettis, man. Addison a little bit banged up, even though he should probably play. He'll probably play, whatever. I got the Bears in this one. I think Fields and DJ Moore kind of got something going that last game. Hopefully, it could carry on to the next game. I think they might mess around and win this game. I think the Vikings are actually really. I believe that they're really trying to tank right now. It's like this whole.
Probably.
It's like this whole little conspiracy that's going on right now. That even though JJ he is hurt, like he does have a hamstring problem, but they thinking about sending him like the rest of the year, or he's probably thinking he go he wants to sit the rest of the year so he can save for his contract, whatever, so he don't have to get hurt or whatever. But I think the Vikings are in tank mode right now. I think they're in tank mode for Caleb. So I think they're gonna lose this game. I think, like I said, I think Justin gonna come out. Hopefully he come out and do good with DJ Moore. I got Bears plus 2.5 this week.
Okay, so first pick for me. Not my first pick, but I'm also on the Bears plus 2.5. I think the last 2 weeks have built some great momentum for Justin Fields. We need it for our fantasy team because we put him back into the lineup. So I need he done proved himself these last 2 weeks while we kept him on the bench to see. I need him to keep that energy, keep feeding DJ Moore, feed Darnell Mooney, all them boys. But yeah, Vikings, I think they are in tank mode. And honestly, not to get sidetracked, I think if they lose this game, I think we see Kirk Cousins traded by next week, and I think it's to Atlanta.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Because I think Atlanta.
That's a good ass trade right there.
I think Atlanta has all the weapons they need. They have a solid defense.
That'd be a good fit for him.
It's a little worried. I don't think that trade happens only because Desmond Ridder showed some promise this past week where he threw for 300 yards. But I don't think that was necessarily indicative that Desmond Ridder's going to be able to do that for real. I think he just had a really good game.
I think he had a good game, yeah.
Yeah, I think the other Desmond Ridder from previous weeks is what we've seen, is what he is. But why wouldn't you go get a certified game manager, Kirk Cousins, who hasn't really ever had a decent defense, but you got weapons, so you can get the ball to Drake London, Kyle Pitts. And then, of course, Bijan Robinson is a budding superstar.
Oh, yeah.
Trade him. See what you can get. Because, I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to garner a first-round pick at this point in his career and his contract, because his contract is also up this year. So, you're going to have to pay him. And then maybe you don't even pay him, you don't give him a max deal depending on how it goes. Maybe you give him a 2-3 year deal have Desmond Ritter sit again and learn behind him. Because like last year he sat, but he was behind Mariota. So how much was he really getting? Because Mariota's never been that great of a QB in this league. But Kirk Cousins, he might be able to learn a little bit more. But I see that as a trade possibility. People are throwing along the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers isn't going to let that trade happen. Like, you didn't just do all they did in the offseason to get Aaron Rodgers to then backdoor and get Kirk Cousins, which would be for a one-year rental because no way Aaron Rodgers is going to stand for that. So I don't see that happen. But the only really logical thing is I think Atlanta. That's the only team that's like, okay, we have a decent team. We could probably do really good with a Kirk Cousins and what we have. Other than that, I don't think anybody else will really want him. And I don't think or their cap space doesn't fit for it or team structure. But yeah, I think the Bears beat the Vikings. I'll take them the +2.5. I'll probably bump it up to +3 to be on the safe side. But at home, good momentum, Vikings, everything going wrong. First game without Justin Jefferson, which I think he's probably missed one game. I don't think Justin Jefferson has missed too many games in his career, but obviously they're going to have to figure that out. And then they have a turnover problem. They have the most first quarter turnovers by any team in like the last 2-3 years. First play of the game this week versus my Chiefs, they fumbled. So they're probably going to cough up the ball a couple of times. As long as Chicago capitalizes, I think Chicago should be able to win that game. And it's a divisional game. So, divisional games are always close. I like the Bears in that one, as the Vikings have now lost 4 one possession games this year. And I told you it's the balance. Last year they were 11-0 in one possession games. This year that luck ain't panning out. So I said it wasn't repeatable to do what you did last year, but they didn't fix their problems. And here they are in the same boat, and they're not winning this time. So I'm definitely with you on the Bears. My next pick, or my first pick for this week, is the game tomorrow. I got my Chiefs over 15.5 first half points. Now, the way the Bears defense has been, not the Bears, the Broncos defense has been, it's been the worst in the league. Our team total over is 30.5. Should we be able to get 31? Yes. Will we get 31? I don't know. Because we haven't got over 30 points any game this season besides the Bears, which was also a pretty bad defense and a bad offense. But it's a divisional game, so I wouldn't be surprised if we finish with like 28 or something. But I think we should be able to come out pretty solid first half. I think we should be able to go into the half with 17 or 21 points. Defense is still playing well. I think we'll be able to force some quick 3-and-outs on that Denver offense. And we should be able to get over 15.5. I like that one. I did bet first half versus the Jets when I went down there a couple weeks ago. That hit, and then we didn't hit the full game over. So I was like, smart play, because I wanted to bet the full game over too. But I think, and also like in the second half, since our defense has been playing so well, we've never really been in jeopardy of losing the lead. So it's not like we're taking our foot off the gas, but we've ended 2 games at the goal line because we don't have to score. It's been those type of games for us. So that's why I'm staying away from the full game over. I'm just going to lock in with the first half over. So that's my second pick for the week.
Definitely like that one. Just a couple weeks ago, we seen what Miami did to that Dolphins. We seen what Miami did to that Broncos defense. So hey, why can't Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, them other guys? Why can't they? Why can't they do it? I think it could definitely get over 15 and 30 or whatever. But my second game, man, this is a divisional game. I got the Colts, man. I got the Colts +4. Taking the underdog in this one. Hey man, Gardner Minshew, he's probably the best backup quarterback right now. I honestly, Gardner Minshew is he's a starting quarterback in this league. I will say that. I think
he's serviceable QB for sure.
Yes, I'm comfortable with saying that he definitely is a starting caliber quarterback in this league. Like I said, he's very serviceable or whatever. Colts been looking good these past couple weeks. I can't even lie. With Gardner, they look phenomenal. The offense looks like it's flowing well. Zach Moss had a big game last week. JT still get into things like that or whatever. Who knows? JT might bust out this game, but we'll see. I know Jackson had a really great game versus the Bills last week. T-Law looked kind of iffy. I
He
don't know
didn't
what's
end that
really.
game good. It shouldn't have been that close at the end.
Yeah,
And
it shouldn't.
like you
Listen,
said, I think what was it, week 1 when I bet them versus Colts. The Colts always give them problems for whatever reason. And the Colts almost messed around and won that game week 1. So with Gardner Minshew full game, because honestly, I'm not saying Gardner Minshew is a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson, but honestly, right now in Anthony Richardson's career, since he's a rookie, I think Minshew is probably better for the team winning wise as right now while Richardson is still learning. So I think what is it, +4? That's a good
4.
bet. I can see this being a field goal game. And it's Minshew's old team. So he's ready to come ball out for real. So
right.
I like that pick a lot. I was thinking about that one, but I was like, let me stay away from it. Because I don't know. The Jags, they're just a toss up.
Yes, they sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, they could come out there and just blow them out. I mean, that definitely could happen because hey, the Jags, they're not a bad team either, so it could go either way. But I'm trusting my gut on the Colts.
I like it. As for me, I'm going with another dog. Coming off a bye week, and I think it's kind of a letdown spot for the team they're playing. I got the Bucks +3.5 versus the Lions. I think Lions have been getting a lot of hype. Granted, they deserve it. They've been playing really good ball. But in true Lions fashion, I think they just don't show up to play as well as they should this week. You got a rested Bucks team at home who is currently in first place of their division, and they control their own destiny as of right now. I think you're going to get a fired up Baker Mayfield. He's going to play good. Mike Evans is questionable, so that worries me a little bit. But I think if the Bucks do lose this game, I think it's by a field goal. I think they're able to be competitive and be winning most of the game and then possibly lose on a field goal. But I'm going to take the +3.5. I like the fact Vegas is giving us half the point as is, and you don't have to buy it. So give me Bucks +3.5 at home, 1 unit. And I think they have a good chance of winning straight up. And then, of course, that social or football, social media, whatever you want to call it, they'll flip-flop like, oh, are we giving the Lions too much hype early on? It's just like any given Sunday, man. And it's been a running theme. It's not even, I wouldn't even say it's the Lions. I think it's the 49ers who are in jeopardy. But if you notice these last 3-4 weeks, whichever team coming out the previous week has a big win, they lose the next week. Like Dolphins had 70, they dropped the game to the Bills the next week. Then everybody's back on the Bills bandwagon. Josh Allen MVP, and Jacksonville beats him in London last week. So Cowboys coming off that Jets win. Oh, they got the best defense. They dropped one to the Cardinals. So it's every week the team who gets hyped up the most is losing. This week, I would say the 49ers are more hyped up because obviously they just beat the brakes off the Cowboys. But the Lions have also been garnering a lot of hype because it's like, oh, they're 4-1. They look really good. Jared Goff balling out of his mind. Laporta's been playing well. He had 2 touchdowns this past weekend. Montgomery's been rushing the ball well. The Tampa Bay defense is still pretty decent. Offense is serviceable. Play action with Baker Mayfield is money. That's what his bread and butter right there. I think they should be on upset alert as a road favorite this week. So that's my thing in there with the Bucks pick.
I actually like that one like a lot. I might actually sprinkle on that a little bit because I definitely did just pick up Baker because I got AR. So he obviously on the IR or whatever. So I had to pick up Baker. So hey man, Baker goes off and also got Chris Godwin. If both of them go off, man, hey, I'm here for it, man. I love it. Definitely love that. Definitely love that pick. My third and final pick, man. I'm going back with my boys, man. Last week, man, we was driving. I mean, we had long drives each time, and we'll just get down to the red zone or end zone, the red zone or whatever. We'll just kick a field goal every time. Just couldn't finish drives off versus the Falcons. I'm praying that this time around, it'll be something different. Chris Olave dealing with I believe he has turf toe right now. So, he's dealing with that, even though he probably should play or he should play through it, fight through it, whatever. But he got that injury going. I know Derek Carr kind of still banged up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it don't even matter. Derek Carr not gonna get him the ball.
Yeah. So I think our defense is gonna be ready for him. I think Will Anderson gonna get some pressure on him. Jonathan Grenard, same thing. The offense, I mean, CJ, he's still looking good, still looking promising. Still haven't thrown an interception yet. Hopefully he doesn't throw one this game. But I think we'll come out. I think it'll be another good game. I'm taking the money line on this one, man. I think we flat out win this game. But if you don't trust it, I'd probably say, get the spread, get the 1.5, whatever. But I'll probably say buy points just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, because 1.5 is like,
yeah.
Even though some of these games do be fluky, like plus 2.5 last game, like you said, just lost by 2, so it's like, no, Vegas be knowing. I don't know how, but they be knowing.
Somehow, some way, they definitely do be knowing. It's crazy.
Yeah, so my fourth and final pick, and then I guess I'm gonna look. I haven't built one yet, but I'll probably build a teaser out of some of these picks, and it will include this one. It's a steep spread, but this team blows out bad teams, and they're coming off a bad loss. Buffalo versus New York Sunday night. 14-point favorites at home. I know it's steep, like I just said, but I'm going to take Buffalo day to 14. The Giants are going to be without Daniel Jones, without their starting left tackle, Evan Neal, probably without Darren Waller, a couple other pieces, I think. Bills off a bad loss in London. At home, they're probably going to beat the brakes off the Giants, who haven't been good with those players that are going to be out. I know it's Brian Daboll, playing his old team. They're probably still going to get smacked. I expect the Bills to hang 40 on the Giants, and I don't think the Giants will put up even over 17 points at the most this game. Obviously, Bills did just lose Matt Milano, looks like, for the season after losing Tre'Davious White a couple weeks ago. So they're kind of reeling with some injuries on defense end, but they did get Von Miller back this past week. He had his first game. So I expect him to be a little bit better this week. Josh Allen, the roller coaster. He wasn't that great last week. I'm sure he'll be superstar, probably have a perfect passer rating or something this week. Have people right back on his bench. Oh, Josh Allen for MVP. Never learning from the mistakes. But yeah, 14-point favorite. I expect it to be a complete butt whooping this weekend. I think the final score is something like Bills 38, 41, 10. 41, 14, something like that. I expect them to go off. I think Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis both probably have some pretty good days. And yeah, a complete boat race. So then I'll probably, if I do make a teaser, what I'm thinking about right now is probably them, the Bucks, my Chiefs, 7-point teaser that put the Bucks at plus 10.5. Bills 7-point favorites, and then my Chiefs, I think 3.5 favorites. So I think I like that one a lot. But stay tuned. Like I say, follow the social media page, see if I do post that one. And then I probably stay away from the props this week. I haven't seen any of the props I necessarily like. I'm tempted though. I'm leaning. If you want any of my leads, the Broncos have been terrible. They are last place in rushing defense. Like I said, we have been feeding Pacheco all or the last 3 games of the season. Think his over is like 73.5, somewhere in there. If he gets 15 to 17 carries, I don't see any reason he shouldn't hit that number. But that is the highest prop number he's had, I think, probably ever in his career up until this point. And he's only rushed over 70 yards one time this season. But like I said, he hasn't been getting the ball that much to start the season. And then when we did start feeding him, he did start producing. Last week versus the Vikings, he didn't have the best game yards per carry wise, but the Jets had his 100-yard game. And then I think the week before that, who did we play? The Bears. He had 70 yards, but then he didn't play basically the whole second half because we started resting people because we were blowing the Bears out. So I would say keep that one, in the back pocket if you want. But that's what I'm looking for right now. And then Justin Fields, I'll probably take his yards or passing touchdowns because, like I said, I think he should have a pretty good game this weekend versus that Vikings defense. But as for the official picks, Chiefs over 15.5 first half, Bucks plus 3.5, Bills minus 14, and Chicago Bears plus 2.5. For me, Cam, give us your rundown for your 3 picks one more time for the audience, and then we'll sign off on another episode, man.
Yes, sir. Like I said, Bears 2.5. Got the Colts plus 4. I got my Texans money line. Or if you want to take the 1.5 or buy a half a point or buy another point, go ahead and do that, man. So
Yes, sir. So you heard it here first, man. Like I said last week, my apologies. We got screwed by some dogs. They just had some terrible second halves. We were looking good up until that point. Like I said, staying away from Patrick Mahomes, props over 2.5. I just know tomorrow he's going to throw 3 passing touchdowns. So
I go 4.
I probably would still bet it myself, but I won't make it an official pick on the page. But when it hits, just know I said that. But got that. We're gonna bounce back this week. Have some faith in it, man. We still looking good as far as the season goes. Gonna be ups and downs season, but we gonna keep our head up. Eyes on the prize. Keep moving forward. 7 total bets locked in for this week. Gonna be another positive week. Speaking it into existence. Knock on wood. It's your favorite kids from the neighborhood with another episode. We appreciate you listening all the way through. Cowboys fans, if you listen all the way through, shout out to you. You a trooper.
Sure.
If you didn't, I fully understand, but I said what had to be said. I said, man, it's your boy Bryce, my dog Cam, signing off with another episode, and we out.
I need it.